Following is intended for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
We want thickness.
Hi, this is Kendra Lee Ryan. I was just on the Thiccness protection program. Come and get down with the thickness.
Hey, what's y'all's favorite podcast? Thiccness protection program! Come and get down with the thickness.
She say she feel me like some friend, like come around, she wag her tail, gripping on her ponytail. That's your girl, I couldn't tell. Clicky smoke inside the cell, smoking so I couldn't tell. I be smoking by myself, nah, I don't need no help. But shawty, you could help. Let's drop a couple tabs, come on shawty, let's sell. Dripping acid in the L, sipping out the holy grail. We smoking on some gas, you can tell just by the smell.
Yeah. Have you ever had to do any like food type of
I have, yeah.
scenes?
I have one on Pornhub right now, actually.
Do tell.
It's like a banana split, and it's like between my tits. I like actually created it myself.
Was it just you?
Yeah, I just like took a banana in my kitchen, and like my actual kitchen I still live in, like to this day, and had Hershey's like chocolate syrup and whipped cream and everything. I did a banana split in my tits, and like messy, like all that, everything was. I liked it.
Messy. Did it get sticky?
Oh my god, it got so much, and then I kept slapping my tits like that, and then it would spray. So like the next day and the next couple of days, my roommate and I would notice like chocolate on the ceiling. And I had to explain it to my roommate. I was like, well, I was filming this video and I was slapping my tits.
Like a mom gets home and a little kid has all the sugary sweets out. Like, who made this mess? I can explain.
I was being naughty.
So, Kendra, you're saying you're a witch and you have like visions and manifestations. Can you go on about this?
Well, it's actually in my lineage too. I found out I was estranged from my family for 14 years. Like I thought my family did not like want anything to do with me or because of my career and who I am. But I got invited to a wedding last summer and everyone was like, I mean, even cousins who aren't related to me, they're married, but they were like, oh, do you think you can get me into AVN next year? Like, so I'm very well accepted. And then I found out one of my cousins who is blood related to me, he has a very intuitive thing where he will say something and it's like, you know, I just felt like there's going to be something like a car crash is going to happen. And then literally a day or two later, that car crash happens. Like,
wow. So you've always had like a strong feeling of intuition about future events?
Yeah, not people, but but definitely like events or things that are going to happen. Like my left palm's itching right now. That means I'm getting money. When my right palm itches, that means I'm going to lose money. The other night, my left palm was itching, but only right here and only for a little bit. And it turned out my account got overdrafted because I got double charged on some bullshit. Called immediately and got it all right back. And I was like, that's why it didn't fully itch. It just itched a little bit because I was going to figure it out.
Wow. And then you're about to sit and do an interview with a dude named Palm. That's kind of fascinating. Palm's itching, senses, palm readers. Shout out to you guys. But hey, what's up, everybody? You are now tuned into another episode of the Thiccness Protection Program. This is the podcast celebrating body positivity for the adult content creator community. And if you don't already know, I am the Thiccness Pro. Kendra Lee Ryan has joined us today. She's getting down with the thickness. How are you, Kendra?
I'm good. I mean,
Excellent.
you know, considering life.
Considering life, yeah.
Considering life.
Ahoy, protectors! This is Pirate Palm. And before we set sail into the interview, I implore ye to click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell. Now, you land lovers must find your sea legs for this episode of Thiccness Protection Program.
Well, I am always, overjoyed when somebody from my favorite YouTube channel comes to my show. Soft White Underbelly is an incredible platform that I really look up to. Shout out to Mark. I wanted to know, after you did the interview with him, what things changed in your career, what new fruits came your way.
I've definitely gotten an increase in fans, but because my interview was so catered to my dominatrix lifestyle and what I do on my dom side, I've gotten more submissives, which is nice, but not all of them are always going to end up the right way. But yeah, it's definitely manifested in a good way. A few of my friends have mentioned it, and when I did it, like I'm not gonna lie, I don't really do my homework that well on podcasts and people anymore. And I looked it up, I checked his YouTube, I saw how many subscribers he had, and it was a good gig from what he was talking about. I was like, dope, I'm in. I want to talk about something I was down for, cool. I also don't want to be biased. I don't want to go in and watch other people's interviews and be like, oh, I don't want to be like her. I don't want to be like him. I don't want to say that. I don't want to be like them. Like, I'd rather just see the profile, kind of see the stats, and then go from there. So I had no idea that, like, it was a huge channel.
Really? So you weren't aware of like all the interviews he had done before, the vlogs like he did with the Whitakers in West Virginia or anything?
I had no idea.
Really?
No idea that I was like literally blessed in the presence of an amazing, and he's an amazing photographer too. Like, oh, gorgeous.
Absolutely.
Gorgeous photos.
Hats off to Mark.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I wanted to start with, it kind of seems like in your career, you were just kind of born to do this. You know, you started as like a little girl modeling, like way back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then at age 18, you became a stripper?
Yeah.
Okay. So back then, were you what they would consider now BBW?
No. And actually, before I was 18, I was a go-go dancer at raves.
I see. Yeah.
So-
Growing up out here in the OC, there probably are a lot of raves.
Oh yeah, it was out in San Bernardino.
Right. NAS Event Center?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nas was one of them, but I mean, I'm going OG. Like, it was called Gotham in Hudson.
Okay.
And it was it looked like Gotham, like inside, like Batman's
Yeah, like
on
Batman.
one side, and the other side was like all cinema. It was really cool. But I was really skinny actually. Like, I never had this stomach. I've always had, and if you look at my body, like if you actually look at my body in videos or photos, you'll see like if the stomach was gone, I'm not really like a big girl. I just have big tits and I have a nice athletic ass and legs. But this fucking stomach came into play when I turned 21 and did my first scene with Scoreland, and they were like, oh, like, you know, awesome. And then I met up with Plumper Pass, and Plumper Pass was like, nah, you're too skinny. And then I was like, well, maybe I'll just like gain some weight and then I can like get onto that side. I want to get into porn. Mainstream isn't accepting me. I'm too big, and I wasn't even that big.
And what I didn't know is that it was Sophia Rose who introduced you to Clint from Plumper Pass?
Yeah, she took me to, not she took me to, but like he took us all to dinner the first night that, you know, I met him. So that was really cool. Got to meet the owner, and then ever since we've been friends, so it's like 12 years, I think, something like that. I've known him, 10 or 12 years.
Legendary. So at this time, how many scenes do you have on that platform?
I know well over 10, but not over 20.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe close to 20 actually.
Close to 20,
Yes,
yeah.
between 10 and 20, I know
Because
that.
you have scenes on Plumper Pass going back to like 2013, right?
Yes, that was my first debut. It was 2013.
Okay.
With Plumper Pass.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I understand you manage other creators and do like some behind the camera work with them.
Yeah.
So have you ever thought of like trying to go the media company route yourself, like, you know, producing content, you know, where you're not the only only female talent on screen?
I mean, I help out a lot of, at this point, I was helping out more of newer models who needed that step into the door, and I helped them meet some amazing people, and they got into amazing interviews, and they got some amazing career opportunities, and I'm really happy for them. I'm proud of how far every single one of them has gone and keeps going. Like, I have no ill will towards any of those women, but I've realized for me, like, it wasn't financially paying off. It was cool to help someone, but it was not, like, I was just doing it to help someone because I wasn't actually making money. So I've noticed that the more higher end, expensive, like very pristine Instagram model types, those are the ones that need my assistance, that need me to like guide them to do all that. And I can, and I have been. So I'm talking girls with like millions of followers. So I've been helping them more so now. That's why I've kind of stepped away from like being in the huge porn industry and community and being in the BBW side especially, because I've always connected better with people that are not in my like group or my style, because it just doesn't, I don't know.
Right. So you're
just-
connecting more with like non-BBW performers,
Yeah.
like standard size models?
I've always been, yeah.
Interesting.
I've always been more on the mainstream side of things, even though I'm not a mainstream star, so.
Well, let me ask you this. Speaking of like not being a mainstream star, do you think that you know, obviously BBWs aren't receiving the same opportunities as the standard size models, but, you know, BBW is like rising in popularity, obviously. And it's like, I was talking to a performer named Slurp Goddess last night, and she was saying, yeah, it's such a popular category, but yeah, you know, you'll go on your average tube site and you're not seeing like BBW on the homepage. So what do you think it would take for like BBW to get the same amount of recognition side by side with a standard size model?
Well, that's not true. First of all, your Pornhub page, your Xvideos page is catered to you. So when I go
Right.
on there, all I see is gangbangs. That's what I like. That's what I fucking want. So maybe she's not looking at BBWs, and that's why. If your thing is big ass BBWs, all that shit, you're gonna have that pop up more because that's how ISOs work. This is how. So that's not a true statement, unfortunately. Like, not to bag on her or anything, but that's just not a true statement. We are one of the top viewed on all these websites. It's proven. These are proven statistics. Me and Carla Lane have talked about this many, many times. April Flores too. And then even back in their day when they were filming, they've shot with very high end people, mainstream. And it's weird because it was like BBWs had a chance like in the mid 2000s, and then it all went downhill after that. So no, we are not treated fair. We are not treated the same. I know the rates of mainstream stars. I know the rates of BBWs, and it is drastically different, and it is fucked up because we do feed the porn economy so much. And it's fucking disgusting that they don't treat us that way. They don't even give us good recognition when it comes to the award shows. So I've said, fuck that to them. I don't even go. I've been nominated. I don't care. I don't go anymore. It's stupid. It's just a popularity contest at this point. And then...
So AVN, Urban X, all those type of events, all those award shows, you're not going to attend ever again?
No, never. If I do, it would have to be a paid gig. That's the only way I'll go. And that's usually why I was going, but it has to be paid really well now.
Would you like go just to like shoot with people there, or if you got a you know a paid like a booking from somebody who was
paid?
happen to be
Money's
there?
money.
Yeah.
Money is money.
But
guys.
like to sit up there in the audience, you're never doing that again, or do the
No,
red
and I
carpet
never
thing.
did do that. Let's get that straight. I've never been to a convention where I was not getting paid to be there in some form or way. And it wasn't like sitting there waiting on tips. I would never waste my time like that. And for any newbies out there, don't do it either. If you're trying to network, do that. Totally understand that. But if it's coming out of your pockets, you're doing it wrong. Get some dude to buy your ticket. Get some dude to buy your hotel. Fundraise it. Either way, don't put your own money into stuff like this. Like, I never did, and look at how far I am. I got my own 2-bedroom place, a car, everything all on my own. An iRoth. Google it if you don't have one. Trust me, you need it.
An IROth? What's an IROth?
That's what I mean. Us sex workers are not doing our money right, and it's so frustrating. And I want to start teaching, even though I don't know enough. An IROth is basically you can put, or I think it's an IROTHA is what I have. I think it's up to $6,000 a month or a year. You can deposit into it, and it gains money, and it's like your retirement fund essentially. We don't do that. We're not taught to do that.
So it's like a 401k for sex workers.
No, for anyone. Like, anyone can do this. This is like a standard thing, but nobody taught us this. I learned this in fucking hair school. And so now what I do is I have an automatic deposit every week of $100 out of my account, no matter what, into that IROth.
Right. Now I remember when I like start new jobs, it says like, do you want a certain amount of your paycheck set aside? And this is what you're talking about.
So that's what I do now, and that's what everyone should do. If you guys are, you know, think about it. You're spending money all the time. If $20 in your account goes missing, or even $5 over a period of 4 days in a week, you're not going to notice it, and it's going into your savings for your retirement. How the fuck is that going to hurt you?
Just say automatically saving money.
And it's an interest if you also know how to manage your stocks and bonds within that money, which I also did. So I've been investing my money from that into other stocks, and I'm making more money off that.
Financial tips on the Thiccness protection program, y'all.
One in the chamber, exits to your dome. Me some serpents slid through, written in your home. Stuck in and out, steady breaking bones. Don't try to escape, don't reach for your phone. Everyday robber, call me on my other song. Been a G since a young and now I'm fucking grown. We some underground, demons unknown. Not forget we exist, no we ain't the phone. See a dome, you alone. Every day, getting paid, fuck I say. Hit the ash in the motherfucking ashtray. Still got Anna, fuck around and find out. We don't play, nobody care. And upgrade, now that I'm safe, we let it spray. You gon' let it spray your body, gon' be stone cold, just like Cardi Clay. In the back, got my motherfucking Chevrolet. Today was your motherfucking last day.
So, One thing that I found so fascinating that you were telling Mark is that you at one point had a sub or had a series of subs who would come to your house and clean your house for you and cook and clean and pamper you, and they were paying you to do that.
Yeah, I was actually just bitching today. I was asking my friend Eliza, I was like, do you know any subs that can come over? Because I just fired mine because he wasn't cleaning my dishes correctly. They were still a little bit of residue on them, and no matter how many times I beat him, he still didn't fucking do it right. And obviously he liked the beatings, so I think he was doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, you can't like fuck up the cleaning just so you can get a beating. Like, I'm still gonna beat you either way because you're paying me, but like, do it right. So I had to fire him. I'm looking for a new one. If you're looking to come clean my house, let me know.
Unbelievable. Wow. So what is your screening process to find these people? Like, is this I don't know if this is through FetLife or through like a Craigslist type of thing, or how do you cast these people to become your subs?
You're gonna die. So FetLife is sometimes, I go everywhere. I'm like, why not spread it? Like, it's like peanut butter. Let's fucking do it everywhere. I'm on Bumble and Tinder. I'm recently single of like 6 months. So
Yeah, I saw that post last night that you did a Bumble date and it went really well. Okay, so before you tell that story, you gotta finish telling this story.
What story? I already forgot.
Okay. Because I got high. Because she got high. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so how do you find guys to be the subs? I'm assuming they're guys. Bumble. Okay.
That's what I was getting at. I found one the other night. I'm on Bumble and I'm fucking swiping. And this one guy, I don't know why, but I got the vibe and I was like, here, text me. And he texts me. And next thing you know, I get that Cash App and it's a big amount. And I'm like, all right, what do you want? He's like, just call me and tell me to do. I'm like, fuck yes. I'm like, you pathetic little fucker, for 5 minutes. A 3-figure fucking paycheck for 5 minutes. It was
And all
nice.
you gotta do is swear at somebody.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. There's probably a lot of performers and just people watching who envy that. The fact that like you get to be mean to somebody or curse them out and have them, clean up after you, and they're paying you to do this. How can another person, do this?
I feel like it's all about like confidence and manifestation and like posting it. Like, I have photos of me in my dominatrix gear, so I'll post it. I constantly remind the people who are following me, hey, I also do this, and I'm also this, and I also like this. And then the new people who are coming in and like, this is who I am also. I'm not just a porn star. I'm also a fucking bitch if you want me to be.
Okay.
So.
Speaking of bitch, if you want me to be, can I just get a little spoonful sample of like the humiliation? Can we test this out on Thiccness Pro?
I mean, what kind of humiliation should I do then?
I feel like just whatever type you want. I'm not telling you to go easy on me, but I feel like
You want
it's
me
like
to humiliate you?
yeah, it's
Oh
like
my
the fucking.
gosh.
I'm so nice though. It's like I feel like when the restraint comes down on a suspended roller coaster, like, oh fuck, here we go.
First of all, those fucking glasses are fucking so weird. We're not in the 1970s anymore in a fucking porn studio that you wish you could be a part of, but instead you're sitting on the sidelines jacking off your sad little pathetic cock, wishing with those fucking disgusting porn glasses on and the hat. Like, bitch, we're inside. What the fuck do you think is shady other than you?
That was pretty good. Yeah. I'd have been like, listen here, motherfucker, you made a whole ass podcast of bitches you watch on porno sites. The fuck is wrong with you, boy? Motherfucker, go sell a $60 album review to a no rapping ass nigga. Fuck you, man.
I think you're mad at yourself.
He hates himself. JK, LOL. It's acting.
No, I told you, I don't really do my homework. I just know that you represent the BBWs, and I was like, this seems cool. Let me hit him up. I would love to bring, more people to his platform, more people to mine. Let's do this.
That was priceless. Good job, Kendra.
It's all about the glasses, man.
Okay. When you get a sub, what is usually the demographic of this person? Like
White.
a white? Okay. Are these people in relationships or single? And like what age group are they?
It's like so rare, dude. It's so fucking contrasted. It's either like early 20s or like late 50s, 60s, like, and it's all white men. So my little cuck bitches.
Yeah. I'm still laughing in my head how he said these are like fake 70s porno glasses. When I think of 70s porno glasses, I'm thinking like heart-shaped or something with a
Or
guy with a
yours.
mustache.
Or yours.
Yeah, I'm like, these are like, early 2000s fake Cartiers, okay?
Oh, even better. I guess I should have went with that.
What up, Palm Tree? It's your boy Chillin' Dylan, Jesus of SoundCloud, Black Tom Anderson, your favorite rapper owes me money. Now, let's get into this review. I want to put you on to some partners of mine. They are not only Palm Tree, but they are protectors.
MC Johnny T and producer Lyric Richardson form as a duo as JTLR.
Part of the Hip Hop Organics Collective. The EP is called It's About Time, dropped on November 7th. It's 7 songs. We got to talk about this. Okay, these guys are so vital to the culture, let me tell you, because on this project, they don't just make songs. These aren't just like write-off tracks. They actually make records. There's definitely some banger potential. They got Snoop Dogg on this thing. They got Sean Kingston on this thing. These guys know what they're doing. And if you dig into some of the previous work they put out, done songs about girls who've gotten down with the thickness, like our girl Foxy Box, Rizzy, Daisy Cakes, all have been interviewed by yours truly on the Thiccness Protection Program.
What is the happiest you've ever been?
Oh, man. Oh, that's a wonderful question to ask right now. The happiest when or what?
Like the time, what is like the time in your life that you felt was the happiest?
Probably like when my mom and I would go to Disneyland.
Right.
After modeling shoots.
Rest in peace to your mom.
Yeah. That was definitely it. Like, that's why I have my whole Little Mermaid sleeve.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the sleeve, let's do our segment Skin Deep here. This is definitely something I wanted to talk about.
My cover up.
I admire this sleeve a lot, not that I'm, this big Disney person, but the Little Mermaid sleeve, can you tell us a little more about this?
Yeah, I mean, my mom and I loved Disney. Like, my whole family, honestly. My fucking aunt got married at Disney World. Like,
Yeah.
insane. Disney
Growing up
freaks.
a OC girl, like Anaheim's like right there.
Yeah, I've been going my whole life. So when it started, actually, this was a pinup version of The Little Mermaid. And I wanted all a pinup version. I wanted Ursula as a pinup model, in her human form. I wanted this all fucking tattoo, traditional style.
Yeah.
But I got a deal on Ursula before she looked like this. She looked actually worse. I had a deal on Ursula from a homie, and it was only $80. And that was when I was 19. So I was like, fuck yeah, run it. So then I'm like, okay, I have this cartoon here and I have this pin up here. What the fuck am I doing with my arm?
Yeah.
So I finally went and saw like a woman that like was really good, and she quoted me to do this whole bottom piece. And she did that. It was about 3 to 4 hours each session, and each section was about 3 sections. So it was like this part, that part, and then that part. And that was the longest one, which was 4 hours, which was all the souls and the scroll where
What
like
was
Ariel signs it.
under Sebastian and Ariel before?
So it was Ariel, and then it said, thus from my lips by thine my sin is purged. And that is from Romeo and Juliet, Act 1, Scene 4 or 5. I forgot, it's been so long since I've quoted them. I used to be a Shakespeare, craze.
Really? So you were like a
obsessed.
theater kid?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I was super, super geek.
I was in drama class too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, musical theater geek. I loved it. So I wanted to have, like I said, so it was really cool, but, and she was like a thick mermaid too. She was not Ariel, but she was thick. So I was like, hell yeah. But, we got the cover up going. I have a ship. I have Prince Eric's ship back here. So I'm going to get it all finished once I find an artist that, like, I trust and
Did you see the new Little Mermaid movie?
Oh my God, twice.
Twice. Okay. How is it?
It was really good. I saw it on my birthday, and I saw it when it came out. I saw it 2 days before it came out. I saw it on my birthday, too. It was so good.
For sure.
What up, Palm Tree? It's your boy Chillin' Dylan, Jesus of SoundCloud, Black Tom Anderson, and your favorite rapper still owes me money. Now, one of my favorite Palm Lees has just put out a new album. It's 10 songs. The first 5 are with rappers he's worked with. The first 5 are with some dope rappers and singers, and then the second 5 are instrumental. The project is called Muscle Beach. As you see behind me, the Governator is working out to
Let's
it.
do my new segment called Erector's Chair.
A rector's chair.
If you were directing your own scene, directing, producing, casting, what would you have in there?
I mean, like, do they have to be porn stars?
No.
Okay, Eminem and Megan Fox.
Okay.
That'd be the first one. It's gonna be 2 different scenes. So it's just them. Like, going at it. Because I just feel like they'd be really good together. Also, I just like them. I just find them really hot. And then a gangbang of 5 to 10 guys. The men, the list is so long, honestly. Usher.
He has the same birthday as me.
He's so hot. He's so fucking hot.
Daddy's home. I've been feeling that song.
It's too many men, but a lot of men. And then honestly, like Sasha Grey, I still masturbate to her. I
Nice.
masturbate to her gangbang scene, like literally just the other night. Like I still would love to see her and stuff, but she retired, and I respect her and all that. So.
I saw on your Twitter you doing a male you threesome.
yeah.
Have you ever done a gangbang too?
Kind of Plumper Pass. I
Plumper
did 3
Pass?
guys.
Okay. How'd that go?
I loved it. I wanted more.
Okay. So like, is it sensory overload to have that many dicks
No.
in your face?
No, not for me.
Not for you. Okay.
No, actually, like my Bumble date the other night, he's kind of down for me to have another one join us. So
Yeah.
I'm
So
like,
you get to beat a joint. They hit it twice and pass it to the homie.
hopefully Eiffel Tower that bitch, and I'm that bitch.
For sure. Okay. And ever too much. Has anything in a scene ever been too much? Like, out, stop, cut the camera. Like you have to tap out.
Yeah, Ramon. Oh, it was BBW reboot. Great scene. Just the dick is really, really big. Like bigger than Javon Jordan. I feel like, and Javon Jordan also is really big. I think I did not tap out with him, but I almost did because it was so big. But yeah, Ramon. It was massive. I just remember I was like, I need to take a minute because this thing is huge. Like.
Prior to covering this industry, I just assumed all women like big dicks, but then I started doing this and then found out quite the opposite.
Yep. I know a lot of guys are really insecure. And let me do a quick PSA for all y'all. Average size is 4 to 5 inches. The women's cervix is 3 to 6 inches. You're good. You're fine. I like thickness. As long as you're 5 inches, 5, like 4 to, I had 4 before. I mean, if you were thick as fuck, that's fine. But I had 4 before. I tried it. It didn't work that well for 2 years. But as long as you're fucking thick or you can just get in there and grind up in the pussy, you're fine. No matter what a bitch says, I'm telling you, facts. Google it if you don't believe me.
Well, there you have it. There was just so many gems of you saying stuff with thick in it. Like thick is like a secret word here, like Pee Wee Herman.
We want thickness.
Cool. Okay, so we had that. One thing I was very concerned about was when you recently were at XBiz in Miami and you posted a few videos saying for YouTube sensitive purposes that you were going to erase yourself. I was super concerned and I reached out. I know others in our community did as well. I just wanted to know like what was going on and how have you been lately?
Well, I was falsely accused of a bunch of things. I was able to have my lawyer take immediate action, and those posts are removed. If you were wondering why they're gone, it's because they were false allegations. My lawyer was able to prove it, and I will gladly take it to court if I need to, but that would be a defamation case of $3,500. Who knows if these people actually have that kind of money the way that I do. So, the end of the day, my sister got diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer, triple negative with the BRCA gene that she was born with. This is not hormonal, meaning it will come back. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. If she makes it. It's also spread to her lymph nodes. So it's not just in her breast tissue, it's in her fucking lymph nodes. We got news beginning of May. Her mom, my second mother, passed away July 18th last year of cancer. The same cancer.
Wow.
So we're still mourning our mom, and then my sister to get it. She has 3 kids. I don't really I just felt like everything, with her, that was the main source of it. The straw that broke the camel's back was people bullying me and harassing me, which I should have been stronger for. I am. I am a strong person, but it definitely made me go and get the diagnosis that I needed, which is that I have BPD, which is borderline personality disorder. And it's totally okay. If it wasn't for pineapple support, I wouldn't be able to have found that out. It makes 100% like I totally understand why I haven't been able to maintain relationships, friendships, hold strong boundaries, keep like myself accountable and keep others accountable for how they treat me and how I treat others, because my brain wasn't wired to always be noticed of that. And that's a problem of what we have when we have BPD. Like wishing I could not say some of the things I said, yeah, absolutely. If I could go back and take back things I said, absolutely. There was exchange of words between a lot of friends, or were friends. We're not anymore, and it hurts and it sucks. And I will always love those people until the day I die. When you're in my heart, you're always in my heart. The problem with my mental illness is I am 32 years old and I chose to like just now figure it out. And it's because I was misdiagnosed all these years and I never understood. So with my diagnosis, it didn't help. I was already in a very depressive state. I was isolated alone in Miami in my hotel with no actual support system. Like I didn't have any genuine friends who knows real Tyler, which is my real name. I don't mind saying it. So I just felt really alone, like really, really alone. And yeah, I hit a really low point. And my sister called me and she was like, "Hey, I love you." And then I was like, "Shit, she has kids. Like these kids love me. I can't." It does not matter. Like if these people are trying to bring me down, I have to stay around in case I have to take care of these kids. So It sucked to like have to go through that. And like literally within an hour, all my stuff I posted, I took down because, I talked to my family. They calmed me down. I got on a plane within like 8 hours back home. I got put into a little retreat area for 3 to 4 days with no contact with anyone but my family. So I was able to get like the mental help I needed to fully be able to be here today.
Well, I appreciate you sharing that, Kendra. It takes a lot of courage to, really explain to the people what happened. You're a very strong young lady, and I want you to continue to be vocal about what goes on in your life. One thing is we were, texting to set this up before. I mentioned to you that one unfortunate thing that we do have in common is, the cancer in our family. As your sister's dealt with cancer, my father's dealing with cancer right now too and has pancreatic cancer. So we're going to be there for each other.
Yeah, it's pretty hard.
Yeah, it's pretty hard, but
Yeah. Wednesdays are the hard days for us because that's the chemo days.
Yeah.
So.
My dad's on immunotherapy, so yeah, every day.
So he's done with the whole first part.
He never had chemo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like an ongoing thing. I'll tell you more about it when we wrap, but
Yeah.
it's pretty difficult.
I get it.
To say
It's
the
not
least.
fun, you guys.
Fuck cancer.
Seriously.
One thing I did want to ask you about, though, is that you do face criticism, because I do see on Twitter that, when viral stories break from news outlets, I see you like to plug a photo of yourself and kind of crack a little joke, which is hilarious. But then trolls will come up behind you and just say, like, fuck you, you have on OnlyFans, you have no opinion, and like, go away, bitch. And people just hate on you. So, like, what are some of your techniques to ignore these haters online?
I laugh.
And, like, to not let these people bother you.
I just, mute and like release them from the conversation
Yeah.
after I'm done playing with them if I'm bored. If I'm bored and I'm like, listen, no one's paying me to get my anger out, I'm gonna just like demolish you real quick.
How many people do you end up like blocking or muting a day?
Oh my god, at least 10. At least 10.
At least 10 a day.
At least 10.
So that's 70 a week.
Yeah.
Wow.
You said block or mute.
Okay.
I didn't say I blocked everyone.
Yeah.
It's just, as someone who chooses to be as vocal as I do and chooses to be as controversial as I am, I have to be ready to weather the storm.
What do you think the reasons are that you're controversial?
My BPD, 100%.
Right.
Being undiagnosed for so fucking long and having no idea what's wrong with me. Like, if you guys feel like there's something wrong with you and there's been something wrong with you, you have no idea, go to a therapist for at least a year and a half and then find out, because it changed my life. Like, I've always said to people, I feel like I have this like mental illness where I don't have a filter. And they're like, oh, that's autism. And I'm like, no, I don't think I'm autistic. Like, but I just feel like I say things I don't mean. And then I'm like, why did I say that? Like, that's not even how I feel. I don't mean that. Like, what the hell?
And BPD is something you've been diagnosed with?
Yeah, borderline personality disorder. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I was falsely diagnosed with depression, anxiety disorder for most of my life, because I was just a psychiatrist. Psychiatrists and therapists are very different.
Right.
And then once I started seeing my therapist, and that's been a year and a half, like 2 years now. After my separation, I was like, I'm still dealing with so many issues, and I just don't understand. Like, is there any chance you can give me a diagnosis of, or what you might think I am? And she told me, and then I was like, okay. And it was about 2 weeks ago I found out. So I just made a TikTok about it the other day on my personal page where I talk about all my personal life stuff. And then now I'm openly talking about it because I'm in a lot of groups. I'm reading about it. I'm learning about it. Like, and I'm not trying to blame my mental illness on how outrageous I can be. I am an outrageous fucking person. Absolutely. I just know that if I could regulate my emotions better and I learned how to and I would, because I don't like to make mistakes twice. I've always learned from my mistakes. I don't like to hurt people I love, and I don't like to hurt people in general. Like, I really don't. And it might seem like I do, but I'm not that person. It's just like, if you hurt me, I feel like I have to hurt you back in order to like feel okay. And that's not right. Like,
Right.
most normal people don't do that. It's so many little indicators. So, mental health is a big fucking thing. And I've had to learn the hard way, which is through sex work. Also getting sober. I haven't had a drop of alcohol since October. So it's been almost
That's
a
great.
year. Yeah.
I'm proud of you for
Thank
that.
you. Like, it's not easy either. So going to all these fucking events where it's open bar and, oh, here's a shot. I don't drink.
Yeah. Because some of the music artists I'm tapped in with who have dealt with sobriety issues and struggled with addiction mention that same thing, that when you're performing in clubs that, afterwards everybody wants to buy you a drink or wants you
Yeah.
to take shots with them or
Yeah.
wants you to smoke with them. And that feeling of, people wanting camaraderie with you by giving you things that are bad with you is like a lot to handle.
It's a lot, yeah. And I was letting it get to me too. So I would get drunk and I would rage tweet or I'd go mad on someone. Like, it doesn't help. It does not help at all. So I've definitely calmed down. I know that for me, the last year fully, I have not done anything. I have stayed in my own lane and focused on my own things, especially the last few months. And I know going forward, I'm just going to continue and I might even recluse a little bit more and just focus on my models because it's just I'm 32. Like, I'm getting older. I'm realizing my faults and my mistakes and what I've done in my 20s and my early 30s and even just up until a few months ago. I'm always going to learn, and it sucks. But it sucks that I'm in the public eye. It sucks that my peers have these views of me that aren't true because of statements that are said that I say or that are said about me. But we live in an entertainment type of lifestyle, so
Right.
it's like, what your opinion of me doesn't really affect me, and if you have a problem with me, that's your problem, not mine. So
That's a word to live by. I've been saying that for many years.
yeah.
You have a problem with me, it's your problem, not mine.
Yeah, like, keep that to yourself.
But let's go down in the DM. What is the craziest, funniest, most out-of-pocket DM or email you have ever received?
Oh my god, it's like inappropriate, like, it's gross. The one that just came into my head.
Do tell, Patreon.
It was a man that asked me to, even just thinking about the fucking email makes me want to throw up. Okay. A man and
Brace your
two
stomach.
Rottweilers and me.
Oh god, bestiality, no. Ew,
And he
no.
went into graphic fucking detail, but he waited till like I got to like a certain part where I'm already reading, and I'm a reader. So if I'm reading, I'm like, I want to finish this. And I was like, I don't want to finish this shit. It was, you just saw my reaction.
Oh, now I remember what I wanted to ask. Do you see yourself remaining in sex work until you retire?
I don't know. I go in and out. I like retired back in 2014 or 2015. until 2017, and then I was nominated 2019 with like a big group of BBWs for a thing at AVN,
Nice.
and that's when I kicked it back off. So it's like I feel like I have burnouts where I have to leave, but I left and I went and got my hair license and did all that. Fucking hated it.
So when you're in the public eye and then you face criticism from peers and from haters, which are really fans in disguise, and from, you know, social media and from just men in general, what is something you do to cope with the stress and cope with the anxiety that comes with this job?
I smoke a lot of weed. I have my favorite TV shows. I have my puppies, and I do have like a really good support system, so I can just call any one of my girls or my grandmother. Honestly, my grandmother is so supportive now. Like, she didn't used to be supportive of my career. And it's not like she's like, go suck that dick. It's
I
like,
actually I had a question about that. Your grandmother, you called your grandma once a week.
I talk to her every day.
Every day.
I
Oh,
text.
that's
We
beautiful.
text. We text every day. I love
Beautiful. I
her.
gotta call my grandma when I'm on the way home then.
Yeah,
It's
I love
beautiful.
her. She's so dope. Everyone's like, "Wait, your grandma texts?" I'm like, "Yeah, she's 81 years old. She texts. She just set up Zelle so I can send her money whenever she needs it and stuff too." So she's like, "Can you help me?" I taught her how to FaceTime and turn the camera around. I showed her how to set up Zelle. Fucking love my grandma. She's awesome.
Beautiful. Okay. Today, what's your biggest source of revenue? Whether it's, you know, the bookings, paid shoots, OnlyFans, like what's the biggest income source?
It's between bookings and literally just like, I don't know how to explain it, but like tributes, like people just sending me money, like gift money.
Gifts. Okay.
Yeah,
When they
like,
gift you something, do you send them like pictures back, or
I mean, maybe it just kind of
Maybe.
depends. Like, everybody's different. Some people just want to talk. Some people just want to make your day and just say, hey, go get some lunch. And, you know, with all that I've been going through lately, people have been helping me with that, like ordering food for me or something, because I haven't been able to get out of bed. Again, all mainly about my sister. Like, if she wasn't going through this, I wouldn't be in such a hard place. Like, she's my fucking life, dude. That's the only
Crazy.
person that's ever been my soulmate. So,
stay strong, sis. What's her name?
yeah, Kels.
Stay strong, Kels.
Yeah.
All right, Kendra. Is there anything else you want to plug? Anybody you want to thank? Anything else you got coming on the way?
Oh man, there's so many people to thank. The top ones right now, though, is Holly Treats. She's a mainstream star. Not porn star, but IG girl. She's one of my friends from high school. You guys will be seeing a lot more of us together, not sexually, but more of like comedic type stuff.
There was
because-
there was a YouTuber who came to your house and did like a cooking vlog with you. Who was
Oh
that?
yeah, Erin in the Raw.
Erin in the Raw.
Yeah, she stepped away from that. I'm not sure what she's doing now. I wish she did it more. She was awesome.
Yeah, that meal you guys made looked bomb with the
so
bacon Brussels sprouts and
good.
it was on St. Patrick's Day. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's when I was drinking. But yeah, Holly's been amazing. Back in high school, we actually used to fuck the same guys. So, like, because I was blonde and skinny, and she is blonde and skinny. So, like, the way she looks now is the way I used to always look. So, me and her were competitive in high school. So, we're thinking about, like, well, so far, a few people want us on their podcast because we're like, oh, yeah, I remember when I fucked this guy. She's like, oh, I fucked him too. And then we're like, wait, let's start connecting how many guys we've both fucked in high school. And then there was like a time where I was fucking this one guy that she really, really liked.
Isn't there another show called The Guys We Fucked Podcast?
Yeah, there is. I used to listen to it. There was one time there was a guy she really, really liked that she was only fucking, and she like was trying to date him, but I was like, I just want his dick. I don't want nothing from him. I just want his dick. And then there was another time where I really liked a fucking dude and I wanted to date him, and she just wanted his dick, and that's what was happening. And I was like, fuck you, bitch. Like, I fucking hate you. Like, I'd try to fight her at parties. She said the same shit, but then she'd be afraid of me because I'm like, I'm crazy. But here we are, like 20 years later, and fucking still friends. I'm not fucking the same guys, but still friends. So I wanted to shout her out major. Eliza Allure has been a fucking godsend. Her and I have always been really close, and she's been just such a great support system my whole career. So
Yeah, we got to get the allures down with the thickness. I think that's, you know, been a goal interview of mine for a long time. They're here this weekend, so we're going to make that happen pretty soon.
Yeah. Alexis is a sweetheart too.
For sure. I remember one Instagram question off the top of my head. The other one I'm going to have to look for. But it was, what does a guy have to do to get a follow back?
Cash at me.
Money talks, fellas.
It really does, because if you can even, Okay, let's put this in layman's terms, right? Like, you're taking a bitch out for dinner or a date, whatever. You're probably gonna drop anywhere from $200 to $500 on that date, right?
Please, this better not be no first date.
I better not be going out with you if that's the way you fucking spend money. Absolutely not. Men that spend $100 to $500 on a date, you're gonna be spending that with potential to get sex or get off. At least with me, you know you're gonna get something. Like, the fuck? Like, it's a sure thing. Yeah, you have that stigma of money behind it, but the fuck, it's a sure thing. Like, you get your nut off one way or another. Photos, videos, a call. You ain't gonna meet me for that price range. But, you know, get something. Like, so, but follow backs, I mean, and what do you want me to do with that? Like, I don't use social media that much. I hate it.
I think
hate
there's
it.
a certain amount of gratification people get from somebody they recognize or somebody they admire, just looking back on it, just like click of a button that like gives them some clout too.
Oh, like,
Because clout is a drug, so it's like, you know.
when, who was it? 98 Degrees liked my post.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious. Who's on your playlist these days?
Oh, right now I'm watching Nashville, so I'm
Like
like
musically,
all,
though?
yeah, right now I'm
Oh, okay.
listening to like country
Oh, yeah,
music. So I'm listening
Nashville.
to like Luke Bryan and like Garth Brooks right at the moment.
You should do something with Thick Lizzy because she's all about like country music.
Really?
Yeah.
I love country music. I really do.
And y'all have the same kind of like tattooed thick girl type
I
of
gotta
thing
get
going
more
on.
tattoos. I
I
don't
gotta
know.
get more tattoos too. I say that in every episode, but
Yeah, well, next time I will.
all right, manifest it. Okay, now the other Instagram question was, who is your favorite male talent? Usually I don't like to ask favorites because that's kind of rude, but like, who are some of the ones you enjoy working with?
My top favorite is Eddie J.
Nice. Yeah, I've been wanting to get him on here.
Yeah, I'll talk to him for you. I'll see if I can help you out.
He's worked with a few girls who've gotten down with the thickness.
Yeah,
like
he's great.
Chloe Klein and Rizzy. Yeah.
Yeah, he loves all body types. He's a really great guy, very respectful. Chemistry's great. J-Mac was amazing. Never forget that. There's a guy named Sean Callie who was in my gangbang, and I've only done this twice. He was the one of the two that the day after my scene, I went and rented a car and went to his house to fuck him for 5 more hours straight.
Off camera.
Yeah, because it was so good. It was just so
good.
fucking good. The chemistry was so good. So him, J Mac, and Eddie J. Yeah.
Well, there you have it. Cool. That's a cool little Mount Rushmore. Mount Dude more. Okay, cool. All right, Kendra. Well, this was awesome. Go ahead and plug where they can find you, follow you, and check out all your content.
KendraLeeRyan.com is usually just a really good platform to go. It's not a paid site. It's just a way to find all my other sites. I do not have a paywall site other than like ManyVids. So I have my ManyVids on there, my OnlyFans, my free OnlyFans, my Fansly, Sex Panther. You guys can literally get a hold of me any time of day. I might not answer, but you can get a hold of me. So it's KendraLeeRyan.com, or you can even just email me at KendraLeeRyan@protonmail.com. I'm always zapped from Instagram and socials, so I'm not even going to plug that shit. Just use my website, bookmark it, save it.
KendraLeeRyan.com.
Yeah, that's the best
That's the part
way
where I
to
have the
find
little
me.
Thiccness Pro character being like, just Google Kendra Lee Ryan.
Kendra Lee
How'd you
Ryan.
come up with, this is always a question I save for last every interview, no matter who it is. How'd you come up with the name Kendra Lee Ryan? You sound so official. I thought it was your real name.
I know, that was the point. When I was 18 and stripping,
Yeah.
I was blonde, really fucking skinny. I'm a diehard Eagles fan for anyone who doesn't know that. I have a tattoo on my leg, actually. And Kendra Wilkinson from The Girls Next Door, blonde, athletic, Eagles fan, whole family from Philly. Her mom and her grandma raised her just like me. I just like totally connected with her. So as a stripper, I was like, I'm Kendra. Fuck it, I'm Kendra. And then my model name at the time was Tyler Lee Ryan because my real name is Tyler and I like having a boy's name, as people fucking said it my whole life, as a first name. I thought it'd be really cool to do as a last name.
Okay.
So then once I transitioned to porn, I was like, fuck the Tyler, I'll just put Kendra on and bam, we got it. And that's literally it. Like, it just...
Other than Hotel California, I don't know much about the Eagles. Oh, yeah, and your family's from Philly, right? So the Eagles kind of had another Eagles.
Football.
Yeah.
football, not the band.
Oh, damn. Whoop! Went way over my head. Sorry, Vikings fan
Jalen
here.
Hurts, I love you. Oh, marry me. Marry me, Jalen Hurts.
All right. Touchdown Thiccness. Hey, this has been Thiccness Protection Program. Go check us out on Palm Official on YouTube. Make sure you're following on Spotify. Make sure you're following on Twitter and TikTok. That's at Thiccness Pro, 2 C's. Make sure you're following on Instagram. That's at the Thiccness Protection Program. I'm going to be on more platforms soon, you guys. Just wait.
He's
Just
dropping
wait. It's
his
coming.
platinum record.
You dig?
For his sake.
Thiccness Protection Program for the 23 and the 24. Biatch.
We want thickness.
Peace, love, palm.